What's going on, gamers? So we got a lot going on here again, coming out of the Cyber League world. Yeah, interesting, right? I think his time is actually winding down. We'll find out more over time, but I kind of feel something intuitively that it's getting that way. But he has an interesting message for gamers, and he's throwing shots again at Sony and Rockstar. So the build that he had the whole time was practically a recent build. And according to him, he doesn't think the game is going to launch finished, even though Rockstar has a deadline. We got a paragraph coming from him to read. We also got Nick Tech giving out his thoughts about what he's saying and other things as well. And yes, he did leak the prologue, right? But then at the end of the day, I don't think he's gonna damage this game like you think he's going to do. But what he did is he definitely hurt the Rockstar developers to a certain extent. I think he hurt their feelings. We know that in the last video. So let's get into this. Are we ready? Okay, so going to this, it says Cyber League shared a new message in the latest GTA 6 clip, right? Claiming the build they have is actually recent. So that build that he has is a recent build. A lot of people are saying, oh, it's from 2024 or 2025 or 2026 early. It's like, no. It's a recent build, apparently. But it may be something from some type of audit that Rockstar was doing, which is why you didn't see any UI. It's a certain type of way he got it. A lot of people are thinking that it may not have been what we've been thinking the whole time. We'll find out more about that down the line. So it says right here, this build is actually recent and the game is not ready at all. Sony and Rockstar are killing your right to own and resell your games. And Rockstar is killing their own employees too. The work required to reach gold is way too much for so little time left. Interesting stuff here. Let's go ahead and get to this. This is where it's actually at, and this is what he made. You see, this build is actually recent, he's saying. The one that he has. But the thing is he's been uploading 720p clips. You're not getting any 4K footage and finalized stuff. Obviously, we wouldn't see that from Rockstar. That's the problem. So, and the game is not ready at all. Sony and Rockstar are killing your right to own and resell your games. And Rockstar is killing their own employees too. Okay, so here's my thing again with this. Why is it always only Sony and Rockstar? But Sony has not ended physical disc yet till 2028. Actively, Microsoft has been doing way more damage to physical for a long time. I mean, it's true, it's a fact. Either it's a fact or it's something that I'm lying about or making up. No. They literally have been selling you a Series S diskless model, getting on cloud and getting on Game Pass and putting codes in the boxes and moving towards an app, moving on mobile, moving on TV. All that stuff and the handheld and making with Asus, it has nothing to do with physical. They've been pushing that for the longest. Sony has been the one that made discs as big as they were historically. It's just disappointing seeing doing what they're doing, but they ain't doing that till 2028. So their physical disc damage has not happened yet. Rockstar, though, is doing it, yes, because they have the biggest medium and possibly one of the biggest launches of all time, and they're actually doing that this year when they're not being forced to do it. But it's not necessarily so much Rockstar, but Take-Two, who's actually owns them, that is saying that's what they want to do, because we saw Zelda come out. That's Take-Two. But at the end of the day, yeah, that's what's actually going on. So it's not just Sony and Rockstar. This guy's actually acting like GTA is only launching on PlayStation, though that's where it's going to be mostly at. But it's really Rockstar who's actually in effect doing this. And they did that before Sony announced theirs. So I get what he's saying, but technically Take-Two, as I said before. So killing your right to own and resell your games. As if like people didn't vote for the majority of the market to be digital either. Yeah, you did that too. It ain't just them. They're responding to exactly what you voted for. So, and Rockstar is killing their own employees too. The work required to reach gold is way too much for so little time left. Here's the thing, bro. It's Take-Two. Trading volume price is how CL measures your support. Manipulation. He's literally trying to con you into giving him more money. That stuff's going to crash down. CL will not support or continue without support. You decide. This is somebody trying to manipulate you, by the way. This bastard has already made millions of dollars and has money. And has other hacker groups to get all types of stuff. You got to be careful when it comes to this type of stuff. So here's the thing. All right, so we read that, right? It says what CyberLeak is saying here doesn't make sense and he could be lying. He is lying. He's a manipulator. as Rockstar just confirmed in today's statement that the game is almost finished. We are very sorry that everything has taken as long as it has from getting the game finished. Nearly there. That's what they said. We're going to see what happens when the game actually launches. We're going to be the judges of that. Right? Going down, this person says this guy is getting really corny really fast. I've been trying to tell you guys that, like previous in the other videos, that's literally what's going on here. He is actually getting pretty corny to me, and I think he's now actually being a loser. Like, if you're intelligent enough, you can see right through him. It's not about you. It's about cryptocurrency mining farming. And just basically acting like a child with a juvenile mentality trying to get attention in the public and thinking that he can actually damage Rockstar. But at the end of the day, it's not going to really hurt themselves. Yeah, it's not. That's just the way this world works, man. You're not going to be able to do as much damage as you think. And you got people coming like this, but this is just a generic post at this moment. Samantha Thompson right here. The problem with this is that nobody is really defending Rockstar here like you think. Now, of course, you got GTA fanboys. The problem here is that this guy is not for you. That's what we're trying to say. You're going to separate the two. Like I said, Rockstar's getting their karma. I don't know if he's going to get his karma or if they're going to catch him. Maybe not. Who knows? It doesn't really matter at the end of the day because he ain't going to be able to change things. But hey, he's helped out a lot of content creators. And I mean, he just gave you some early looks at things. This guy says, if Rockstar shows the first look and game looks better than what was leaked, then CyberLeak is a lying piece of crap. We're going to find out tomorrow. That's what I'm saying. We got one day to find out. But you got people sitting here like, oh, yeah, let's go to feed him money. I tell you what, after him leaking that prologue, that says a lot because he's messing up your weight. Don't go look. You don't have to look. There's going to be people that already looked, though. I am not going to it. You know what I mean? So after that, I think he loses all credibility. And I got some other information that I want to talk about, but I feel like that has to be a separate video. This is about what he's talking about right now, right? It's interesting what Nick Tech actually has to say about this. If we go down to Nick Tech's post, this is what he says, right? And we read this. He says, it's insane, because this is just what we were just reading. This is what he says. It's insane how this guy is trying to make you feel bad for the developers while he's the one who has been constantly leaking clips of an unfinished product, tarnishing their work, and he's asking everyone to send him money in the process to show him support. 100%. The leaks that have been leaked so far showed that GTA 6 is not finished, and even Rockstar Games themselves have confirmed today that GTA 6 is still in development and they're nearly there. Correct. Nick Tech also says, I won't be describing or tweeting anything regarding GTA 6 leaks. You don't need to. If you want to follow GTA 6 news from now on and everything that is going on without having the game spoiled to you, my account and my friends, which includes Synth Potato right here, as we know, Game Roll, we've seen these pages, and Video Tech, are a safe space where you can stay up to date with the latest GTA 6 news without a risk of having GTA 6 story spoilers. Yeah, like I can understand last year, but then at the end of the day, you're so close. You already waited over 12, 15 years. Bro, don't come out and spoil after I already waited that long. That's what I'm saying. And then, like, if he would have gotten his way, he was hoping for a delay. And to just damage the game and spoil stuff for you and then try to make millions and millions of dollars off of you. What are you getting out of it? You're feeding him money. You're stupid. You don't have the game. You can't play it. And then uploaded GTA 6 builds that you think are builds, but are actually malware, spyware, and viruses so that he can cryptocurrency farm on your computer and mess it up. The stuff that's ridiculously more expensive because of RAM. He would destroy your computer if you don't know what you're doing, having you spend all that money and destroy it. Not giving a damn ain't gonna help you out. Got way more money than you, trust me. You see what I mean? This is what AGN is trying to say. You know what I mean? He can do whatever he wants. That's his choice. I ain't saying that what Rockstar teaming up with Take-Two is actually making this decision, not giving you disc. It's cool. I never said that. You obviously should be given that option. I've told you before about GTA 5 having a physical phenomenon, even with getting online currency with the physical disc, buying a copy of the game again or a used game or whatever that method you guys were using. You know, so there's obviously a phenomenon there. There was somebody posting like all the GTA 6 disc before, and it was all with Sony. Like I said, Sony's got a disc phenomenon that's major. They've been Rockstar. But definitely Sony, though, way bigger than that because they've had so many games. Historically, it's not even funny. But they're pushing this together. So this guy says, Cyber League, don't fire devs trying to unionize. Get Rockstar's cock out of your mouth for a second. What's his game? Rockstar releases a statement. Now he releases his own. Does he even know he's a criminal? His head must be so far up his arse. It's surreal. That's what somebody is saying at the moment. He's straight up grifting, and people think he's fighting for their gamer rights. Everybody, like I said, if you're actually wise, you'll realize he is a grifter. He's grifting for attention and for tons of money. And you got this, but nobody's going to like that because they already see through it. If the leaks are all from a more recent build, the game is in trouble. Unless they pull off a miracle, the game is not going to be ready by release. That's if you think that. He literally made 1.5 million off this, and he is still talking about others' greed. Anyone who defended him has officially become the dictionary definition of smooth brain. Slowness, yeah, for sure. Oh, he's made more than that. You should see some of that stuff. There's like, look at what Chris is saying here. He's blackmailing the fan base with the dev's own work and framing it as support. Wow, I really hope this dude goes to jail, right? You see that type of stuff going on. He has no support. No one effing dressed up as a leak, so F off, cunt. Maybe in the beginning he convinced some people he was for gamers, but at this point, if you can't see he's just trying to make money by fueling the fire, seek help. He's saying game is not ready at all. Like, no crap, Dumbo, you leaking footage while dev's still working on the game. What do you expect? Yeah, I don't think CyberLeak knows that most games actually finish closer to its release date instead of just laying around in someone's SSD. Correct. Phil Spencer even told you they start optimizing the game really fast at the end. You still got August, September, and October. And they're going to be double downing on it and optimize it. It's like, bro, the build that you have is from a couple months ago or whatever. It's like, that's a lot of development time. So you can't set that in stone. This is just something that we need to understand here, right? That's why AGN had to update you on some stuff. Yeah, we'll get to that in another video. But here's the other thing. CyberLeak has released the Lucia Prologue GTA 6 gameplay clip. We will not be posting, describing, or discussing any story details revealed in the footage. Please be mindful of others who want to experience GTA 6 completely blind. If you choose to watch it, do not post spoilers without a clear warning, especially in replies, thumbnails, or captions. So the Lucia Prologue has actually been released, right? Yeah, we're not doing that. We're going to skip that. But the funny thing is, though, is that that's the type of stuff that's actually going on here. I hate when people do stuff like that. It's like, see, the ignorant person. But, and I'm not worried about it because they're not going to care because they already know, like, that's not my intention. No, I'm totally against spoilers. It's like, why would I wait 10 to 15 years? I don't know, however long it's been. And then I'm at the end. I was like, I already waited this long and you're going to, like, come in and try to put that in front of me? Like, nah, I don't like you that much. Like, it's pretty obvious. Then you're trying to make money, give people viruses. Like, man, get your punk ass on. You know what I mean? It's like, no, bro. If you had power like you thought, you'd have a whole riot outside there, and that didn't happen. One clown showed up, and that's pretty much it. You didn't change anybody's mind. They're not giving you disc. It doesn't work. But you got your millions of dollars. You see, that's the thing here. That's what I'm saying. I'm not defending you not getting physical disc. I think you should have that option. What's wrong with always giving people more options? Definitely if you have billions and billions of dollars. Some of these companies like Microsoft, $1 trillion, right? It's like, yeah, what's the problem? I don't see the problem. So yeah, no, I'm not with you having more options as a gamer. You should be having more options. Only thing I'm trying to tell people is that if you really look at the situation, it takes two to tango. Yeah, I got to put that in. Yeah, it takes two to tango. Nah, literally. So if I see the medium in the gaming industry, and let's say if I went to any other medium and it was 95%, who did that? The consumers, the people. So if they're saying, oh, we're all digital now, and 5% of people start complaining, I'm like, bro, that's not their fault. I don't understand why people don't get that you are voting. You did this. Why are you trying to make it seem like it's only their fault? It doesn't make any sense. That's why I say that this is polarization at its finest. Because it's like, are you really blindsided by your decisions? all of our decisions. Of course, I'm doing all digital. It don't affect me at all. I don't care because it's the same game and it's not taking up space. And I know we don't have forever here on Earth. It's like all that other stuff. Nah, man, get out of here. So anyways, become a member for $3. Leave a tip down below. Let me know what you guys think. As usual, covering this fully. And I'm just going to have to say it. Yeah, I think that guy's full of it. And then at the end of the day, when Rockstar drops that extended tomorrow, it's going to be massive. And then I expect them to drop an official trailer not too long after that and start riling up and picking up more and building back up the morality and letting people know things. And they need to do that now. Now is Rockstar's time to counter and say, now things are back in good grace. Besides not giving people a physical option, which I can understand that because a lot of GTA sales were coming off of, like I said, even just getting it for the online currency. So later, y'all, keep on gaming no matter what platform you're on. And remember, don't download any of those builds on PC. Don't do it. You're going to mess up your computer. Your safest bet is a virtual machine, but even then, it's not worth it. Later.